put them there say definitely not. You decide. Next on News 25 Nightside.
This is News 25, WEEK TV 25.
Not exactly how you'd like to start your holiday. Plus, did you wage the travel battle? And how to protect those Christmas trees. Paint them pink. Next on Nightside.
From Central Illinois News Channel, Tom McIntyre, Mike Demick, Sabrina Kang's special report, Jim Barnett's weather, and sports with Lee Hall. This is News 25 Nightside.
And good evening, everybody. Mike is off tonight. Police say the number of domestic disputes go up during the holidays, and tonight we update you on the Illinois Clemency Project.
Included in that project is a pair of Central Illinois women who are serving time for murder and attempted murder. They're seeking pardons from the governor, hoping the battered woman syndrome will set them free.
His coat, and the words just still stick in my mind. He said, "The game is over and you lose." And he left, but that was the end. He was finished. He was finished playing. And I was afraid. I know he would have killed me. I know that. It had gotten to that point.
In some ways, Diane Herzig says prison has been a haven. She was in an abusive marriage, and she says plotting her ex-husband's murder was the only way out. A fellow inmate, Rika Tonkin, is serving time at Dixon Correctional Center for first-degree murder. While they both say they are victims of abuse, Tonkin's situation is different. She says her husband was abusive, but so was her lover, who eventually killed her husband.
At that point, I felt like I was sort of backed into a corner. Many times I didn't even know who I was. And it's real hard to explain to someone after the fact what you're going through.
I had gone to the police, and I had an order of protection for a little while, but it's a piece of paper. When you live out in a little rural town, it takes 20 minutes for the police to get there, and then they don't do anything anyway.
Edward Herzig, Diane's ex-husband, still lives in Odell. We wanted to talk to him because he himself had petitioned the governor for Diane's release. Edward Herzig wasn't home when we tried to get a hold of him at his house here in Odell. The local newspaper indicates that he was spending time in the county jail. And residents of this small town tell me he was in jail for domestic battery against his current girlfriend.
And the women who are in the relationships, they don't know where to go. They have the kids, they have no job skills, they have no money. When they do get there, they're just as frightened being away and not knowing anybody.
The prosecutor who fought for Herzig's conviction says if the governor pardons her, he will fight to prevent Herzig from getting out of prison before her scheduled release date. Herzig and Tonkin's clemency requests have been on Governor Edgar's desk for more than a year, and there is no indication a decision will be made soon about these cases. Herzig is scheduled to get out of Dixon in a little more than a year. Tonkin will have to wait until the year 2001 to return to Creve Coeur. A judge is ordering the 14-year-old accused of shooting a Peoria cab driver be tried in adult court.
It isn't the first time Brandon Hansen has been in trouble. Hansen had been charged in juvenile court 3 times before. A police detective said Hansen admitted he was the trigger man in Peter Nelson's death. However, the detective said Hansen said the shooting was an accident. Police found Nelson dead in his cab November 1st. A gunshot wounded the back of his head. The 14-year-old Hansen faces life without parole if convicted. 3 other teens also face charges in adult court for their role in the murder.
The wife of a Peoria County judge will spend the next 4 months in jail for having a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old boy. Leah Nemanoff was facing 7 years in prison, but instead she agreed to a plea bargain. That included the 4-month jail time as well as 60 months probation and registration as a convicted sex offender for the rest of her life.
I think that the penalty is appropriate. The victims are satisfied with it, and so is the state. I think it's an appropriate disposition to a sensitive and peculiar set of facts.
Nemanoff also has to pay for all her victims' counseling costs.
Today marks the first full week of life of the McCoy 7, and with that, 3 more of the babies were upgraded from serious to fair condition. Now 5 of the 7 are breathing on their own.
Coming off the ventilator is a milestone for the babies. Gaining weight is certainly a milestone.
Regardless of the progress, doctors are cautioning it's a long journey before they'll be safely out of danger.
I would not really consider these babies out of the woods until they're beyond that first year of life.
Bobby and Kenny McCoy say each of the 7 is starting to develop their own very distinctive personalities.
It started as a fire in a grill to prepare a Thanksgiving turkey. It ended as a fire that burned down a house. Peoria Diane Hedrick left home after removing her Thanksgiving bird from a charcoal grill on the deck. She came home to smoke and flames. Firefighters say hot coals blew out of the grill, setting the deck and roof on fire.
You know, it was already in the eaves in the roof area, and so you can't get a garden hose into that area, you know. It's really kind of sickening here on Thanksgiving to have them have to go through something like this, you know.
And 2 firefighters were hurt. 53-year-old Dale Graffelman suffered a heart attack. He's now in intensive care. Paramedics treated another firefighter at the scene for an eye injury. Damage to the house was estimated at $400,000. If you're hitting the road this holiday weekend or just going to the mall to do some shopping, be prepared for more traffic and congestion.
Be aware also the state and area police will have extra patrols out there cracking down on all kinds of violations. Fraser Ingerman is over I-74 in East Peoria to let us know what the police will be doing and where. Fraser?
Max, State Police Director Terry Gaynor says if history is any indicator, 21 people will die on Illinois roads during the long Thanksgiving holiday weekend. State Police are hoping that history certainly does not repeat itself this year. That's why they're adding an extra 2,100 troopers to patrol Illinois roads like this one over the next 4 days.
Sergeant Dan Reeser is taking part in a special detail targeting drivers on Route 29. State Police will be hitting specific areas like this one in our area all weekend.
It's been that way for about probably 4 years now.
State Police will be ticketing drivers for speeding, improper lane usage, drug and alcohol use. And they'll also be keeping an eye out for aggressive drivers who are afflicted with that ailment called road rage.
Speeding, the following too closely, and the improper lane usage are kind of like the trademarks of the aggressive driver. And sometimes those things turn into acts that are very unsafe as far as running people off the road, cutting right in front of them, things like that.
Sergeant Reeser says the rules for holiday driving aren't different. Slow down, buckle up, even if you're driving to the mall. And if you head to Northwoods to get the jump on Christmas shopping, be aware Peoria police will not allow turns onto Scenic Drive from Sterling this weekend. Police hope the move will ease what will be a very congested area.
We're definitely not for cutting traffic down, but if it does help the area here, the congestion and everything else, gets the traffic flowing better, it may help everybody out.
People have their regular routes altered, might be a little confused at first, but I think in the long run it's going to make it much simpler for the motoring public to get into the Northwoods Mall and do their shopping.
And before you get to your holiday destination, you'll have to fill up your tank. Here's something to be thankful for. The Chicago Motor Club says on average gas prices are 14 cents cheaper a gallon in Illinois this year than last Thanksgiving. Reporting live from East Peoria with photographer Larry Folk, Fraser Ingerman, News 25 Nightside. Back to you.
Thank you, Fraser. The holidays are not only a big time for travel, but they're a big time for giving as well.
And the nation's Ag Secretary is urging people, especially businesses, to not only give gifts to friends and family, but give the gift of food to those in need. Dan Glickman, along with several restaurateurs, came up with a food donation guide to urge businesses to learn how to donate extra food.
We produce 356 billion pounds of food a year, yet nearly a third of it, is wasted.
Glickman says many times businesses don't donate food out of fear of liability. For more information on getting your business involved in food donation programs, you can call the Department of Agriculture at this number, 202-720-9035. Governor Edgar, meantime, wants to make sure the food you're eating is safe. He's appointed a 26-member food safety task force. That task force will review the efficiency and effectiveness of the state's current food regulation system.
The group will take about 6 months reviewing the system before making any recommendations. The state's public health director says the review is necessary because there are more things threatening the state's food supply.
Central Illinoisans lined up in Peoria last night to tell lawmakers horror stories about the Internal Revenue Service and their dealings with it. But how frequently does the average taxpayer come into contact with the IRS? And are the proposed reforms to make the agency more friendly the only solution? Adam Nielsen reports.
You could argue that everybody fears the Internal Revenue Service a little bit, but some Central Illinois congressmen say IRS abuses have made people downright petrified.
The people that we've heard from, and the vast majority of people who are really irritated with the IRS, are the average ordinary citizens who live in fear that they're going to get a letter from the IRS saying you're being audited. That just scares the hell out of people.
And it's average ordinary people who are getting audited a lot more these days. Figures from the IRS show that taxpayers reporting a gross income of less than $25,000 were being audited at about twice the rate in 1995 as they were in 1988. Meanwhile, taxpayers earning more than $100,000 were 4 times less likely to be audited in 1995 than they were a decade ago. Overall, you had a roughly 1 in 60 chance of being audited in 1995 and a 1 in 6 chance of being slapped with some kind of administrative penalty. But an ISU economist fears if lawmakers like LaHood get their way, a kinder, weaker tax man might have serious consequences.
If the system doesn't work honestly, and if you're sitting here thinking, well, somebody down the street is not declaring all of their income, I'm just going to fudge a little bit, then the whole system tends to break down. So it's very important to maintain credibility.
Ramsey says the solution is a simpler tax code. Republicans LaHood and Ewing agree, but say changing tax law might be more complicated and take longer than filling out a tax return. In Bloomington, Adam Nielsen, News 25 Nightside.
Still to come tonight, there's more for Glassford and all of Central Illinois.
Jim's forecast for Thanksgiving and beyond is coming, and while you're waiting for that, think up some words that rhyme with pink fir tree.
It's your own little world. You're way up high, so you can see everything. It has lots of places to hide your treasures. It's roomy. It's cozy, with space for all your favorite things and your favorite people. It makes you feel like you're part of a club. Dodge Caravan. It's like a treehouse for grown-ups. Now get up to $1,000 cash back on Dodge Caravan.
There's a new liberty at work in the heartland. The Liberty Link system from Agrivo, with genetic intelligence that makes Liberty Link corn resistant to broad-spectrum Liberty herbicide. It lets you control more than 100 broadleaf weeds and grasses fast and with no crop injury. So your corn gets a strong head start for optimum yields. For optimum yields, it's the Liberty Link system.
All over for low prices this holiday season? Just come to Circuit City's holiday sale. It's going on now with special savings in every department. Like this RCA 8mm camcorder, only $499.99. And this Dolby ProLogic surround sound receiver, now an incredible $99.99. You'll find hundreds of sale prices throughout the store on TVs, computers, home and car audio, and more. Right now at Circuit City's holiday sale. You can't get a lower price. We guarantee it.
After $1,500 cash back, a 98 Dodge Neon is priced considerably less than Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, and Saturn. So draw your own conclusions at the friendly Dodge dealer near you. How do you make a new 98 Dodge Neon go even faster? Offer $1,500 cash back or 1.9 financing for up to 60 months that can save you over $2,700. So before this offer ends, step on it to the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
I've been waiting all year for this.
For what?
The Christmas Craft and Gift Show at the Peoria Civic Center.
When is it?
It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Is it a good show?
It's great. I go every year and find some of the newest and best Christmas crafts and thousands of decorations for my home and yard.
How much does it cost to get in?
That's the best part. Admission is free. Are you going to go?
I'll be there, and I'm going to tell all my friends.
Don't miss the Christmas Craft and Gift Show this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Peoria Civic Center with free admission for everyone.
News 25 closed captioning, a service of John Alden Health Plans from John Alden Life Insurance Company.
Attend the 16th Annual Greater Peoria Farm Show December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Illinois' largest indoor farm show. All the newest in agriculture, great prizes, and free admission at the Peoria Civic Center.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Wait, what rhymes with pink? Mac dared me to sing. Well, the rhyming may not be a concern in Ithaca, New York.
But theft is, which explains the pink evergreens, or everpinks as the case may be. For years, Cornell University lost thousands of dollars because of pine tree thefts from the campus arboretum. So in order to curb the problem, they decided to mix together a little lime, a sticking agent, and food coloring, and paint the trees pink, hopefully to make people think twice about stealing them. So far, it's working. So far, people haven't remembered pink flock trees. The color, by the way, lasts only a few weeks, enough to get through the holiday season, so they're not actually ever pinks, they're just sort of sometime pinks.
Lime and sticking agent. Sticky.
There was a time when the pink flock trees were really popular.
I remember those, and let's never go back to those days.
I've never been into flock trees at all. White, pink, whatever. Yeah, anyway, I like my trees green. Weather-wise, Mother Nature is going to make your trees wet over the weekend, I'm sorry to say. Right now, we're at a new low for the day. 32 degrees. We've got clear skies here, clear over in Bloomington Normal also, and 34 degrees. Hey, 52 isn't bad, don't you think? But not like yesterday at 59, but hey, keep in mind 44 is normal. We're down to a new low at 32 degrees. We were at 42 this morning. Quite warm this morning. Normal there's 28. All in all, we're on the plus side by 6 degrees. Clear skies here. In fact, it's clear all over the state. We've got just a couple of isolated clouds floating around out there. 69 degrees, the hot record for this date back in 1927. -2, back in 1977. Come on board. Now we're going for a satellite ride. This is what we've seen in the past 12. Aren't we in a happy place? Clouds and precipitation on both sides of us. We've had clear skies all day long, and we're going to be almost clear overnight, too. We've got some rain out to the northeast. Snow's really limited to northern Maine out there. Dry down to the southeast. Heavy rain and snow out to the west. In fact, we've had some wild storms around Los Angeles, just northeast of LA at Chileo, California. 77-mile-per-hour winds this evening, and you thought they were strong here in Peoria at 25 miles per hour. We've got rain as close as Clay Center, Nebraska and Clay Center, Kansas. What a coincidence, and it's all headed our way. Here in Peoria, we'll see fair skies overnight, more clouds towards morning, and a lot cooler, too. We're going to drop down to about 25 degrees overnight, rebounding back into the 50s tomorrow. We've got a cold front that took about 7 degrees from us today. High pressure kept us clear. The brunt of that cold front's going to be overnight. Will be about 17 degrees colder. Tomorrow, a disturbance moves in from the west, raises its ugly head. That means more clouds, and the rain is not far behind. Rain over the weekend. How many holiday events is that going to mess up? No, let's don't talk about it. We'll take a look at the forecast in just a minute.
Over the past few weeks, Central Illinois News Channel warned you about telephone scams, had important information about gun safety, and showed you the 10 foods you should never eat. It's because of these special reports, along with breaking news coverage and in-depth reporting, that you've kept News 25 Central Illinois' #1 choice for television news. The coverage you count on, the stories you remember, and the news team you trust are only on News 25, Central Illinois News Channel.
Look at that crystal.
Jones Brothers Jewelers.
Oh, and your watch.
Jones Brothers Jewelers.
Oh, and that ring?
Jones Brothers Jewelers. Where are you going?
Jones Brothers Jewelers.
Jones Brothers Jewelers in Peoria's Metro Center for the finest jewelry and gifts.
Got your shopping plans made for the Big Friday sales? Well, this is the one you don't want to miss. Heilig Myers After Thanksgiving Sale. It starts Friday morning at 8 with 5 hours of special prices you won't find any other time during the sale. And look, everything's on sale. Don't you just love it? So get some sleep Thursday night and get to Heilig Myers Friday morning, while you could have all of your holiday shopping done and be back in bed by 10. I love the store.
Tonight, Jay's all new with Caroline in the City's Leah Thompson. The Flying Karamazov Brothers. Kids celebrate Thanksgiving, and Jay's Thanksgiving Parade floats. Then Conan's got Nathan Lane tonight.
Go get help, boy. Hurry!
Jump on holiday shopping during Best Buy's Great Gift Sale this Friday and Saturday. You'll find thousands of markdowns on great gifts, like the #1 box office hit Men in Black for just $12.99, a 4-head VCR with front AV inputs for just $99.99, or a Magnavox 5-disc CD player with remote for just $88.99. Shop early from 8 a.m. to noon on Friday and take $2 off every CD, priced $9.99 or more. Hurry, these great prices only last 2 days, this Friday and Saturday. Best Buy, now that's a great idea.
Fair skies and cool overnight, down to about 25, more clouds towards morning. Partly sunny tomorrow and 54 on the high side. Rain by tomorrow night, an 80% chance and 45 degrees. Occasional thunderstorms on Friday and 52. The rain continues into Saturday. Will mess up both parades, I guess. Then drying up on Sunday and Monday, and we cool down just a little bit.
Maybe it'll only be a light sprinkle.
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed.
Okay.
Remember, it's not my fault.
Good
That's
news
right.
till the weekend.
Yeah. Well, tonight's local hero says he's just a neighbor, somebody who's making a difference at a grassroots level.
But his efforts over the last 18 years on behalf of a Peoria neighborhood are getting national attention. Frank Corso is one of the founders of East Bluff Neighborhood Housing Services. For his efforts on behalf of his East Bluff neighbors over the years, he was nominated for and won the Dorothy Richardson Award for Resident Leadership Development. Corso says he feels his work has kept his neighborhood close.
Who your neighbors are, being able to keep up the neighborhood, and just, almost like that Cheers situation, being able to walk in your neighborhood and know who your friends are.
Corso says he's happy with the work that's been done in the East Bluff area, but he's looking forward to building on that in the future.
Sports up next with Lee Hall. Bradley plays their 3rd road game in a row. Lee has the highlights.
And the 4-time defending state champs opened their season. Lee has manual highlights.
Tonight's News 25 local hero is proudly sponsored by McLeod USA. One company, one call, the new McLeod USA.
When the sun goes down, that's when you shine in your new 1998 Pontiac Grand Am GT. Feel the power. Crank up the stereo. Pontiac Grand Am. This isn't just any car, it's your car. And now, for a limited time, you can drive a new Grand Am GT for just $199 a month for 48 months with a GMAC Smart Lease. Now, you're driving excitement. See your local Pontiac dealer today.
Being the season of Thanksgiving, all of us at your Bloomington Normal Supercenter would like to take a moment to thank you for your business throughout the year. We realize that our most important job is serving you, the customer. That's why we strive to give you the best possible service at the best possible prices. It's our way of thanking you for shopping with us. From all of us at your Bloomington Normal Supercenter, thank you.
Wildlife gifts from A to Z. Stop in and enjoy all the wonders of wildlife in the Metro Center.
Something people have been waiting for is happening this weekend. Friday at 6 a.m., Lowe's kicks off the holidays with 3 hours of great early bird specials, like a 4-head VCR, 87-piece ratchet set, 12-in-1 pliers, AM/FM radio, and 25-channel cordless phone. And there are special buys through Sunday and even more items. So set your alarm and get to Lowe's early, because this is the event for those who spend every moment thinking of home improvement. When it comes to holiday gifts, Lowe's knows.
When you evaluate the hybrids you plant, you think about how they come up in the spring. You reflect on how they look through the summer. Most importantly, you watch how they finish in the fall. And as farmers monitor their success in corn, one number keeps coming up. Asgrow RX 601, working for you.
A
Attention Central Illinois truck buyers. Get into Dodge at
Mr. Big Volume.
Parkway Dodge. The all-new 98 Dodge trucks have arrived. Get into Dodge. But wait! Over 60 1997 Dodges still remain, and you can steal one at the lowest price of the year. Guaranteed. The largest selection of new Dodge trucks anywhere, even Durangos and quad cabs. Get into Dodge at Parkway Dodge. The largest selection, the lowest price, guaranteed.
All right, as mentioned before, Bradley on the road again tonight.
And life on the road can be oh so difficult, especially for a young team like Bradley. The night before Turkey Day, Jim Molinari gets a couple of T-bones, as in T number 1, T number 2, and you hit the road. 2 technicals and an ejection tonight for the Bradley head coach. The second time that's happened to him at Bradley. As you might imagine, the Braves lose at Southeast Missouri State tonight, 79-71. Coach Molinari and the Braves trying to salvage one of 3 straight road games. Early going, good play from sophomore big man Abba Koida. The swish, Bradley up 6 at one point. We talked with Bio Akinkale yesterday about his role as a leader. He leads Bradley with 20 points tonight and added 9 rebounds. Bob Donewald clone Gary Garner didn't beat Bradley much when he was the coach at Drake, but he didn't have a Bud Ely there either. A real bulldog here. 21 points for Ely. BU drops to 1-3. They host Villanova Saturday night at 7 here on WEEK. College scoreboard, 5th-ranked Purdue leading UAB at the half. It's Duke over number 1 Arizona, 44-30 in the second quarter out in Hawaii. Number 3 Kansas struggles but beats Arizona State in overtime, and Kentucky easily over Missouri. High school basketball tonight. Frankie Williams warms up for the 4-time defending state champs, but he did not start. He had the flu and missed practice this week. First quarter, Danville jumps to the early lead. James King from the wing. The Vikings up 8 in the first. Later, it's more Vikings. Then Frankie gets into the ball game and gets 23 to lead Manual to a 79-58 win. They play Farragut Friday down in Danville. Hey, Skipper, I just saw an 8-boy named Tongo. Gilligan in the house at the Intercity Tournament. Bloomington on the break. Nathaniel Caldwell to the hoop. Raiders lead Central Catholic in the second half. New Saints coach Kevin Brown can't stand the suspense. Central Catholic penetrates and dishes to Lucas Red. Cool hand Luke from the baseline. Bloomington a big winner, 73-49 over Central Catholic. High school scoreboard. It's Mike Bonzik, his first victory as head coach of Notre Dame, 70-52 over East Peoria. That one played at Canton. It was Woodruff losing in Galesburg to Aurora West. Number 13 Central, a winner over Mount Zion, 70-60. Rod Thompson leads Galesburg with 27 points. Joey Range had 16. It was U-High over Normal West, 52-42. Canton a winner tonight at home over Macomb, 66-48. It's still a good 13 hours or so till Thanksgiving dinner, but the Rivermen have already had their fill. Peoria, in fact, has gone back for thirds, losing 3 straight. No turkey tonight, just river frogs, which we know, of course, taste like chicken. The Great Pumpkin blowing off poor Linus again. That's what he looks like. And here's what the game-tying goal looks like. 1-0 Louisville. Joe Cragen finds the net. Game tied at 1. Later in the first, our golfing buddy, Mark Terrace, centers himself, which has nothing to do with his psyche or his mental capacity tonight. Terrace makes it 2-1 Riverman. 2-2 in the second. Great hustle by Peoria defenseman John Dance. Into the corner, flips the puck to the slot. Terrace is there again, a 3-2 Peoria lead. They win it 6-4 and snap the 3-game losing streak. They're home again Friday night. They're still playing football in Stark County, but with the Class A title on the line versus Galena Friday, Thanksgiving week isn't all it's cracked up to be. 25 Sports' Mark Strauss reports from Toulon.
Stark County's Gary Johnson has a plan to make sure his team is hungry Friday. The Rebels have strict orders. No turkey on Thanksgiving.
We're not supposed to have turkey because it's supposed to slow us down, but I might sneak a few pieces in here and there. That's not going to happen. He knows that's not going to happen.
You're going to eat the turkey anyway.
Yeah, we'll eat the turkey.
Somebody said it slows your metabolism down.
Yeah, but I'm sure when we step on that field, we'll get enough adrenaline going. We'll be all right.
It's the week of Thanksgiving, but if you go by the Jacobson's house in Toulon, you'd think it was Halloween. This is the Rebel Cemetery, and each one of these headstones represents a Stark County victim. Have you got a spot picked out for Galena here in the cemetery?
Yes, we're going to put it right in front of Westmer and Flanagan. We got the big coffin, and that's going to be the final one.
Right out in front.
Right in the front row.
You know, the nice part about this is you're all, about halfway through the season, you're all set up for Halloween, aren't you?
Right. It seems like right around Halloween time is when we know for sure that we're going to the playoffs, and that's when I start it. Never till then. I don't want to jinx them.
But the Rebels know burying unbeaten Galena will be no easy undertaking. In Toulon, Mark Strauss, 25 Sports.
And best of luck to Stark County and Metamora Friday. We'll be there live.
All right, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Connect the numerical Amphibium stabilizer to the Suspusian CPX? Frankly, I don't need a higher form of intelligence to make smart decisions. No offense. Now, during the Chevy Make Your Money Count year-end event, the Smart Buy is Cavalier. With features usually found on more expensive cars for half the price. Plus now, get 2.9 APR financing or cash back on Cavalier. There's great offers on other 98 Chevy cars and trucks. You want to look smart? Get a Cavalier.
Especially since you can make no payments till 1998. Only at your local Chevrolet dealer.
The Kohl's After Thanksgiving sale starts Friday at 7 a.m. with early bird specials till 11 a.m. Like these holiday popcorn tins, just $3.77. These holiday lights, just $3.99. Save an extra 10% on all gold chains and diamonds, already 60% off. Shop all day long and get special Friday-only bonus buys till 11 p.m. Plus, get your special edition Winnie the Pooh beanbag plush toys, 2 for $10. At Kohl's After Thanksgiving sale starting Friday at 7 a.m.
Every time I say I need a low finance rate, I hear the same old thing.
No. At your O'Brien Automotive Team Mitsubishi dealerships, buy a new Eclipse or Galant with 3.9, 2.9, or as low as 1.9% financing. Like we do, nobody can do. Payment! Like we do, nobody can do. Selection! Like we do. Nobody does it better than your O'Brien Automotive Team Mitsubishi dealerships. Parkway Mitsubishi, Pioneer Park Mitsubishi, and Prospect Mitsubishi.
I prefer them up.
Down.
Up.
Down.
Up.
Down.
Up.
All right. Let's go.
Down.
On the next episode of Seinfeld. You bought a car because it belonged to John Voight? No. I think yes.
Seinfeld, tomorrow following News 25 at 6.
I do this every year, and I always come to Walmart first.
Holiday savings begin this Friday at 6 a.m. at Walmart, when the Clio Gift Wrap Ensemble is just $6.
These prices are terrific.
8 packs of Polaroid VHS cassettes are only $10.
You gotta love that.
And men's, women's, and children's hikers are just $12 each. This Friday, 6 to 11 a.m. at Walmart. This is where holiday savings begin.
Graphic Express is the leader in multicolor offset printing, high-speed copying, and in-house typesetting. Visit Graphic Express in the Metro Center.
That's it for us. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
With Plymouth, this is what you pay for, and this is what you get. For instance, Plymouth Voyager. You get standard air conditioning, car-like handling, easy out-roller seats, and more. And this is what you pay at $17,245. It's the lowest price minivan. One more time. This is what you pay for, and this is what you get. Get up to $1,000 cash back on select Plymouth minivans. See your Plymouth dealer today.
For great gifts, head to Famous First on Friday for the After Thanksgiving sale. Stores open extra hours Friday 7 to 10 and Saturday 8 to 10. Shop the After Thanksgiving sale only at Famous Bar.
Something people have been waiting for is happening this weekend. Friday at 6 a.m., Lowe's kicks off the holidays with 3 hours of great early bird specials, like a 4-head VCR, 87-piece ratchet set, 12-in-1 pliers, AM/FM radio, and 25-channel cordless phone. And there are special buys through Sunday and even more items. So set your alarm and get to Lowe's early, because this is the event for those who spend every moment thinking of home improvement. When it comes to holiday gifts, Lowe's knows.
I do this every year, and I always come to Walmart first.
Holiday savings begin this Friday at 6 a.m. at Walmart, when the Fleece Throw and Fleece Lounger Pillow are just $9.96 each.
These prices are terrific.
Look for Mattel's Flower Fun Barbies, only $2.50 each.
You gotta love that.
And the Clio Gift Wrap Ensemble is just $6. This Friday, 6 to 11 a.m. at Walmart. This is where holiday savings begin.
The NBC studios in Burbank, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno.